Hello, and welcome to the Kathleen Spracklin podcast. I am a woman on a mission to help you get the Zettelkasten of your dreams on your work table beside you. Well, this episode is a little bit of a departure. This one comes about at the request of a group of people who meet over in Scott Shepard's network, and his little group. This is a subgroup within his network called the Antoinette Development Group. And in a meeting last Tuesday, the members of the group were asking about my bib card on a ring, specifically my Mortimer Adler bib card on a ring. And several of the people in that group are following the series on Mortimer Adler and wanted to know how I made my bib card on a ring. So I don't know if this one qualifies as Zettelkasten or if it's really more of a craft project. So fair warning, but if you are interested in exactly how I produced it, follow along. See you over in the down-facing camera. Okay, this is the setup of the materials. Now, I'm going to show you the source that I used for my cards. They were index cards by Kugel, and I just happened to need a new box, so this is a fresh box. And what you get in this box is you get a number of different colors of the cards, and they come with the cardboard backers and the ring. I like to use a lot of colors at once, so I generally take them apart and just mix up the colors because I just happen to very much like having several different colors at once. Those are not the only possibility though for creating your ring. You could use these little mini index cards, and they come multicolor, and you only need one pack, and you can punch a hole in them and they'll work. Or you can just use 3x5 cards, either chop them in half if you want half size, or if maybe you'd like to have more writing space, you could just punch holes in the corner of the 3x5 cards and you'd be all set. When I made this set, I was running low on my cardboards, so I only used one on the back. And then for the front, I taped on, just plain old Scotch tape, a copy of a print of the cover of the book from the ad page on Amazon. Now, this idea of these mini books, credit goes to Julianne Scherer for this one. She has a wall of books that she's in the process of reading or about to read, and it's just quite impressive to see the adorable little books. So I adopted that for the cover. Now, as to the contents, I call it my bib card on a ring, but the reality is it's really quite different than my normal bib cards. My normal bib cards take notes on the ideas present in the book, whereas these cards are specifically on the how-tos. What do you do when? So I've got my pre-reading section, my superficial reading section, both stage 1 and stage 2 of analytical reading, also syntopical reading. So what I just put down in each of these, stage 1 and 2, and then I keep these 4 questions in mind as I read. What is the book about as a whole? What is being said in detail? Is this true in whole or part? And what of it? So once I decided what I wanted to put on the cards, it was just a matter of writing them out and then adding the tabs. Well, the tabs are little stick-on tabs. I think it was a 480-piece pack, so they're really quite inexpensive. But I found out early on when you go to use these, if you just use one tab, they had a tendency to get sticky on the back side, to start getting loose and floppy, and were just generally a bit too flimsy for my taste. So I matched up a tab on the back and on the front, and that will almost work, but then you have this split. So I followed it up with Scotch tape long enough to wrap all the way around. And when you do that, you end up with a really sturdy tab that isn't going to go anywhere. However, I did find that this then becomes difficult to write on. So I would suggest you write out your card first and then add the tabs later. Now, I'm not sure what else you would want to know about how to do this other than Well, where did I go for the information? And for the answer to that, you just have to go directly into the book because Adler's very good about detailing his rules. That was what made me want to have this ring, was so that I could have everything in one place, so I didn't have to continually go back to the book itself for those rules. It's turned out to be extremely handy. Well, I hope that supplied you with what you were hoping to know about it. If not, you can put a comment either in the video or message me over in Scott's community and let me know what additionally I might be able to answer for you. It really was basically just a craft project, but I will say again that overall I've had so much time savings by using Adler's methods that's the thing that has impressed me the most about it. Because when you look at it and you say, oh my gosh, all these steps in reading a book, it's going to take me forever. But the crazy thing is it cuts down the total clock time that it takes to get the real juice out of a book. And that's pretty spectacular when you think about it, because supposedly you're going through all these extra steps, but it gets you so alert to the message that the author is really trying to get across that you can very quickly sift through the preamble stuff where he's preparing you for what he's going to say, then the spot where he actually makes his propositions, then separating out the arguments for them. It just really helps to focus. And for me, when I'm reading a nonfiction book, it helps keep me fully alert so that I don't go and start drifting off while reading, which has been known to happen. Not so much with these guys, though. All righty. Thanks. Bye-bye.